Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are once again watching Astroteric TV. I'm your one and only host, the Astro Guru, and it would not be Astroteric TV without the gra. It is January 11th, Thursday, and today's topic of discussion is multiple partners. Laying down with multiple partners. Now, I felt the need to discuss this topic because of the world we live in today, where everybody wants to have an OnlyFans, everybody wants to be paraded and heralded for what word can I use? For frivolous things. We're just gonna call it frivolous things. So, now, we'll start with the men. Now, as a man, or as men, we are actually championed for having multiple partners, because our value has been placed on protecting and providing, which is an external thing. So, as a man, if I can protect and provide for more than one family, more than one woman, what that shows the world is I am of value, that I have worth. Because, obviously, if I can protect and provide for more than one household, then, I'm actually doing a service, a good service. I'm actually protecting and providing for as many people as I can. So I'm being fruitful, and I'm actually giving back. So as a man, if you have your own house, your own apartment, car, you have a job, and you can provide for yourself, that will in turn make you attractive to a woman. Now, that will not only make you attractive to a woman, but it will make you attractive to many women, seeing as women in the masses are looking for generally the same thing: a protector and a provider. So they're looking for security and safety. Now, as a man, you can keep a woman safe, especially if you have the tenacity and the aggression to do so. But now, as a man, once again, if you have money, let's say you have lots of money, it can get you lots of women. The caliber of those women will be different depending on who you decide to, depending on what your focus is. So as a man, if you notice, men who have a lot of money, they have multiple females, but they lack peace. Because a man with a bunch of females is actually in a stressful situation. Because, once again, if I have to provide and protect, guess what? As many women as I'm laying with, I have to provide and protect for. There's only 24 hours in a day. So it creates a stressful situation because people are pulling at you each and every way. Everybody's calling, asking for money. Everybody's calling you, telling you what groceries need to be bought, what's not in the house. Everybody's calling, saying what this child is going through, what happened with this child, what this child needs. So, as a man with a lot of money, we all know that time is money. But if you have a lot of money, you don't have a lot of time. And another thing that is required for a woman to feel secure and safe within her relationship is time. They want to spend quality time. But a man with a lot of time doesn't have a lot of money. So it creates this situation where women get in between a rock and a hard place. That's why balance is needed. So, as a man, you sleep with multiple partners. The pros are, as a man, the more women you attract, the more women you attract. So, if I'm seen by a woman with other women, it makes me attractive to her because she's wondering, why are all those women over there with him? He must be somebody. He must have some form of value. It doesn't work that same way with men. We'll switch this around in a second. We're just going to dive in on the men right now. So, as a man, you can get more than one partner just by having one partner. If men, go in the comment section and let me know if you agree. Have you ever noticed, as a man, when you're single, it's hard to get a girlfriend, but when you have a girlfriend, it seems like other girls just pour in from everywhere else. What's happening is they see the happiness on the man from having girlfriend, significant other, from somebody in his life bringing him peace, and they want some of it, and they see it on you, so they believe that they can get it from you. Now understand the dynamic of your relationship. I explained relationship dynamics like 2 videos ago. So you could be very well, as a man, getting taken care of by your woman, but when other women see you looking attractive and handsome, and they see that you have a partner, it's not that they want to be homewreckers. It's up to you to be loyal to your home as a man. If you come out here and give in to temptation, that's on you. You got to deal with those consequences. So, and if you ever notice, as a man, we get championed for having multiple partners because we have to actually do some form of work to be able to, lay beside a female. Whether I got to take you out on a date, whether, we got to have conversations on the phone for, a month or so, or however you conduct your dating life. So, as a man, having multiple partners is actually beneficial to your life, because only because it attracts your person to you. So as a man, you go through these bad relationships and you find the relationship that you're actually looking for, if that's what you're looking for. But at some point in time, most men will want companionship. So either they have multiple partners early in their lives, or, whenever they decide to have multiple partners, if it's even possible for them. Because as a man, once again, we're not born with value. We're born telling other people where their value is. So we're born telling girls how beautiful they are, and oh, I like your hair, and things like that. And we're trying to find our value. We don't really find how valuable we are until we learn how to protect and provide. So for women, it's totally different. As a woman, you were born being told, you're beautiful, you're pretty. And I'm not saying that about every single woman. I don't know about the one experience out of 100,000. I don't know about that. I don't know about the the small number of people compared to the world that may not have been told that they were pretty. If nobody ever told you were pretty and you see this, you're pretty. But what happens is, as a woman, we want to take care of women. Even the women want to take care of women. So when women are, children, we want to see them play. We don't want to see them hurt. We don't want to hurt their feelings. We coddle them. And as women get older, they start feeling entitled because everyone's been telling me that I'm pretty. So when you come and tell me I'm pretty, it falls on deaf ears. It's like, man, you know how many people tell me I'm pretty today? Yeah, you're just another guy trying to get in my drawers. And in all actuality, This just may be a very, this may be a gentleman in every aspect of the word. He just doesn't know what else to say to break the ice besides, hey, how you doing? Excuse me, miss, can I get that door for you? He has nothing else to say. Anything else he can say has been said. And then there is manipulation going on, and there's, the new crew, the new crowd. We see how they talk to women, and we actually see that it works too. So for the nice guys, they understand that they're gonna finish last because everybody's chasing the bad boys. But they're chasing the bad boys because they know that the bad boys can protect and provide, or at least that's the image that's put up. And when it goes south, as a woman, because I've been coddled and entitled my whole life, it's not my fault that we broke up. It's not my fault it didn't work. It has to be his fault. Why? Well, just look at him. He's a bad boy. There you go. It explains itself. Although that's not always the case. So, as a man, being that we are the protectors and providers in the masses, I don't need to be protected from a room full of women. I'm not saying that they couldn't harm me. That's just not the first thing on their mind when they see me. It's what can they get from me. Feminine women being an inside thing. Men being an outside thing. A conquer thing. Who in here can I take advantage of, make a victim, things like that. However you want to word it. Who can I make my spouse? Who can I, have as a wife? Who can be my next romantic prospect? So, as a woman, what happens is, instead of the incline that men get from having and being around multiple women, women get a decline from having and being around multiple men. Now, remember what I said about a man becoming more attractive to a woman when she sees other women around him? When a man sees a woman around a bunch of guys, it makes her less attractive to him. Because what he's wondering is, remember about that parent-child aspect, that dynamic? No man wants to see his daughter in a room full of men. No man wants to see his wife in a room full of men. Because men also know, whether we're nice guys or bad boys, innately, in the back of our mind, the same thing is going on. The same thing is going on. We're trying to leave our legacy, or leave a legacy. We're trying to further our DNA, meaning have children. And we also are trying to, how can I say this? Because every man's not trying to do God's work. But we are trying to further society, whether that be through science, technology, engineering, math, STEM, those things. So, we got to build these buildings. We got to come up with new cars and trucks and planes and things like that. So in order for humanity to make it to an advance, in order for humanity to advance, men have to do work. Just having children is not going to get it. So we don't have that kind of time. Now, as a woman, you will have more time than a man will, because you're not, actually, you truthfully won't. Because as a man, we go to work, and then we have other things that we do that we're responsible for, but we can make time, which is how men have multiple female partners, because they make time for those people. They just will go through and they set it up, whatever. Now, as a woman, being around multiple men is going to put you at a decline, because what men are truthfully looking for is not really just a good time. although you may be around for a good time, why do you think men do things like date you for 15 years and then marry you? They do that because who I was then was not the guy that wanted to be married, or I did not see your value. I was too in my little boy brain. But once I became a man, I put away boyish things and decided, you know what? This person's been around for this amount of time. We've been through good times, we've been through bad times, and I know that they love me and they've done X amount of things for me to show that. So I will give them their ultimate wish granted, which would be probably marriage and, faithfulness till death do us part. Because once again, women are looking for security and safety. So if you can give her that for her life, then you open her up to being as feminine and as loving and nurturing as possible. So, as a woman, when you have multiple partners, remember what I was saying about men conquering women. What happens to a woman when you have multiple partners is you get imprinted, in which the first person that a woman lays down with, when the virgin part, when you're in the virgin stages of life, what happens then is the person that a woman lays down with becomes her outline or a template for the kind of guys she would date. So she's no longer thinking with her own brain. She is thinking with, I would call it, it's basically like, it's like the Matrix. When you see like Anderson touch Neo and you start corrupting him, that's what's happening when a woman lays down with a man. So if she lays down with a bad boy, he is now corrupting her to, doing the things that he does and, speaking how he speaks and things like that. But the more unprotected sex that you have as a woman with men, it's happening over and over again. So if you notice as a woman, when you get into a relationship and, you're with the guy, you start to like think like him and you start to like speak like him. You even go as far as like putting on his clothes, like girls wearing your boxes, girls wearing your hoodies and stuff like that. That is because she's being imprinted. You have corrupted her. Now, I don't mean corrupted in a bad way. I mean corrupted as in she is no longer just her. She now has DNA in her from you. So, because the male gene is strong, it overtakes her, and now you kind of feel confused as to who you're dating. But now remember, as a man who is sleeping with multiple people, and then you sleep with her, you just brought all of the energy from those relationships into this one. So even if you're faithful, guess what? You slept with so many partners and you didn't take the window of time to cleanse your soul and your body. So when you started the next relationship, you brought all of the old ones with you. And you just kept doing that. And you just kept doing that. To the point where you probably got a rotation of people that I've been dealing with her since this time, blah, blah. And then now nobody can get into an actual healthy relationship because this man or this woman, you're holding people's souls. That's what you're literally doing. You're holding on to people's energy and souls and consuming it to where they go and get in relationships, but somehow you're still in their relationship. I've seen it happen before. I've been through it. Literally. Where you'll have a situation where this person is probably faithful. They're probably not cheating or anything. But the person that they're with has the energy of, I think you up to something. I think it's somebody else. And it's just literally the fact that he might still be having conversations, even if they're just of the friend nature, with someone that he was once, sexually active with, once intimate with. So, as a woman, multiple partners will make you go down and it will leave you confused as to what's going on, what the nature of y'all's relationship is, because you can't focus. As a man, multiple partners will make you more attractive to the opposite sex. It will display value to the opposite sex, but it will also corrupt and confuse you as a man as well, because you'll be spread too thin, trying to take care of too many people, trying to be responsible for too much. So, as a man, sleeping with multiple partners, the pros are more partners, which I really don't even see as a pro. It's just the devil keeping you confused. Or, God's trying to show you your person. God's trying to show you one person, and the devil drops 9 more just to make it all smoke and mirrors. And you got to decipher who should I really be with. And you got to, trial and error. As a woman, the pros to sleeping with multiple partners are none. Absolutely none. There are absolutely there's no pros as a woman to sleeping with multiple partners. Now, I'm not bashing anybody. I'm not judging anybody, because we are all here to learn, make mistakes, and grow. So, as a woman, especially women with high sex drives, what you need to do is devote yourself to a person, to your person. Not social media, not the internet, not cosmetic surgery, but to another person. A person that loves you for who you are and does not desire to change you in any way, but desires to grow with you. That is what a woman deserves and needs. That way she can be her full feminine self and be the best version of herself when taking care of children, when, doing her wifely duties around the house, whether she be working at a law firm, a doctor, or a nurse. When she doesn't have so much weight on her, it makes her be a better version of herself. But as a man, when you have more weight on you, it helps you become the better version of yourself. So that's really why a lot of men are actually running around just being mannish and trying to, lay with anything and everything that they can lay with. Simply because what they're trying to do is become valuable through practice. Through, okay, I had this girl and I paid the light bill and I put gas in her car and I bought groceries every now and then, to I pay all the bills. We go from 50-50 to now I pay all the bills. But mind you, every guy can't pay all the bills, because if we're 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, if I graduate school at 18 and I go to college for 4 years, I'm now 22 years old. I got student loans and everything's holding me back. I'm just getting into my job. I might not even work in my field yet. So you really can't look for a guy to be an actual protector and provider for a long-term situation until around maybe 30 years old. And of course, there are exceptions to the rule. As a woman, you can be prepared for marriage. Like, do I even need to bring the age into this? I don't condone it, but y'all see there's people in Mexico married at 14 and 15 years old. They like, she 15, her husband's 22. Like, and I mean, I don't make the rules up. I'm just saying, if it works for them, if they see no problem with it. I mean, in the Jewish religion, they say a boy turns to a man at 13, at his bar mitzvah. So it's different strokes for different folks. Everyone wasn't raised the same. Everyone wasn't grown. We raised chickens. Everyone wasn't grown the same way. So, I mean, if you want to have fun and live your life to the fullest, and as long as everyone's in agreement and everything is consensual, you can have as many partners as you want, as long as you can deal with the spiritual consequences. and the physical ones, but and the emotional ones. You can do whatever you want as long as you can deal with the consequences. Feel me? But I did that, so hopefully you wouldn't have to go through that, which is why I'm bringing you guys the knowledge. But moral of the story is, stop sleeping around. Okay? Practice abstinence. Eat healthy. Take care of your temple. Spread love. And do God's work. Till next time.